Hello everyone, guys, Ricodo here, back with more Path to Nowhere. And Chief, it's days counting until the 3rd anniversary. So have you decided which sinner that you're going to pull? If you haven't, then this is exactly what this video for. Okay, I'm going to give you my own personal recommendation of which sinner that probably in the best interest of progression will be the best. Okay, I'm just want to keep in mind that this is probably going to be more targeted toward beginner, for Chief that still have little knowledge, about the game overall. So yeah, keep that in mind, because like recommendation for maybe the molder or people with already play for quite a while could be different. Okay, and of course I want to get rid 2 criteria. All right, the first one is if you are waifu over meta, then feel free to pull for anyone you like. If you like Augustus and you want to spend your all of your hypercube to shackle 5 her, then feel free to do it. If you love daughter Necresta so much and you want to shackle 5 her, then do it. Ignore this video. Okay, and the second one is if you are a hero collector. Okay, if you want to just here to collect characters, then feel free to pull all of them and keep them on shackle 0. Right, it's no shame in that. Don't listen to me, don't listen to this video, just do whatever you want. Okay, get your most liked character. Okay, and the game is generous enough in a sense of content that you most likely can clear all the content with shackle 0. Okay, I'm vouch for that because I've been playing that with that style for years. Now, if you really want to know the worth of your investment of each character, then you can continue with this video. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a reminder of what's the banner that's going to be. First, that we are going to have a limited banner with Augustus, and then we're going to have like a regular banner with our daughter Necresta, and then we are going to have a rerun of limited sinner of 0 and Shalom. So there's gonna be 4 characters, and I just want to say to you that all 4 is really strong character, right? Really strong. And the thing is, like, for all 4 of this character is a damage dealer, and you don't need that many damage dealer. So technically I would recommend to get 1 or 2 different damage dealer, right? Because you don't need, you have to have balance in your team. Okay, so yeah, all of them are damage dealer, and you don't need that many damage dealer. You have a good one, then you can focus on that and build your team surrounding that damage dealer. All right, so with that, who is my first recommendation to get? Well, first one of course naturally is Augustus, and the reason is, well, number one, she's like the new character, so most likely she's going to be the most meta relevant for the next year. And other reason is because she's a limited sinner, meaning that you will only get her during this banner. If you miss this banner, then you're gonna have to wait for another year. Okay, so make sure you get her this banner or suffer for another year. Augustus is a very strong and versatile character. I've read the skill and abilities that they release in Twitter. Okay, and from my first review, okay, seems that they are really good for the new chief, for story progression, and a lot of her skill also seem like good for main story and Remnant of the Dead, and also like basically stages who has a lot of enemies. Bosses though, I think I have to test it to have my opinion, but I think she's being limited sinner also, she's going to be powerful with that, right? The third reason is because she's dealing true damage. Now, why does being true damage matter? Now, let me just show you. Okay, so later at some point, once you progress far enough, you're gonna unlock this content called Broken Frontline. Basically this one. If you don't know what this Broken Frontline is, it's basically a weekly bonus that you should do to get like a lot of resource. Okay, a lot of resource. The thing about this one is, the first boss is weak to physical damage, and the second boss is weak to magical damage. The third one is kind of neutral. You can do physical or you can do magical. So that means under normal circumstances that you will have to build two different teams, magical and physical. Okay, but the thing about true damage that Augustus do is she ignore physical and magical, meaning that if you have Augustus, you basically already have a damage dealer who you can use on any of these stage. So instead of building two team, then you can build one. At the very least, you have no urgency to build the second team because you can use Augustus for any of the stages. Nah, do you understand? Okay, right? At the very least, that Augustus gonna like carry you so hard on the high risk level. Okay, in dark zone, then you're gonna start to consider building your own team. Right? So I consider that a pretty great advantage to have. Right? Other than thing is, I would recommend to get her on Shackle 0, Shackle 1 or Shackle 3, depend on your investment. Shackle 0 is totally fine if you're casual, but if you really want to be, in a sense, like brain dead, then go hard on Shackle 3 if you have a lot of resources. Okay, it's really depend. I will personally go Shackle 3. Okay, but that's because I have a lot of resource and I already have the rest of the sinner, right? But for new player, you want something else to be considered. Now, something that I would say Augustus kind of lacking is her limited core damage ability. I think she only can do core damage once with her exclusive Crown Brand, which is going to give an influence of the next sinner that I would like to recommend. And that would be a limited sinner 0. Now, why I recommended 0 the second? First of all, she's also a limited sinner, meaning that you're only going to get during her rerun banner. Okay, otherwise you're gonna miss her. 0 is also strong and versatile in a sense that she doesn't need any specific team. You can put her on any type of team. Alright, she's basically like a solo character. She just can do it with anyone. Alright, in many different content too, bosses, main story, remnant, mania training, whatever it is. But the main reason why I recommend to get 0 is her ability to deal 3 core damage. Why this is special? Because she's currently the only one that can consistently doing this. Okay, other one is I would say Ying, but Ying you only can do it once, and you have to invest on her exclusive Crown Brand. 0 though, this one is locked behind her ultimate. Okay, meaning that everyone can access it. And having able to deal 3 core damage, I think is really huge. I would say quality of life, because like when you get to endgame, you're probably gonna see a lot. Also, main story, you're probably gonna see a lot of even the small enemy have 3 core. Okay, so naturally, if you don't have 0, you probably need to bring 2 core damage, because most of sinner only able to deal 2 core damage. So you need to bring a second one to quickly break the core of an enemy that have 3 core damage. But with 0, you can only bring 0, and she's just gonna do core damage for the whole stages. That is really good quality of life of 0. So make sure you get her just for this purpose only. Alright, because of that I would specifically recommend to just get Shackle 0 for now, again, because I know that resources are limited, so you can go slow with her. So just get Shackle 0. If you decide already have like your Augustus, your damage dealer spot is already filled, then you can fill your core breaker spot to 0. Yeah, that's a lot of number that I mentioned just now. I hope you not get confused. Okay, my third recommendation is Necresta Hela. Okay, daughter. The thing about daughter is she's also strong and versatile. Okay, again, she doesn't has to be she's not part of any team, despite of like she's being hinted part of an Umbra core team, but that's not true. You can just use it like more on some random team also. She's good for main story, she's good for bosses. So yeah, strong and versatile like the rest of the limited sinner. She also can deal core damage, but I think she can deal like she's not like as fast as 0 in my opinion, because her core damage have like cooldown period. Okay, so if you want to quickly deal 3 core damage, 0 is still more superior in my opinion, but at least always having a core damage in your ability is always a plus. The only reason that she's not recommended higher is just simply because she's a regular sinner, meaning that there is no urgency to get her right now. Okay, you would rather get any other limited sinner. So there is a probability that you will get, she's being a regular sinner, giving you a chance to actually get her on the next banner of new sinner, or maybe if she will be added into the upgraded or revamped regular banner, then you probably can add her as one of the 12 sinner that you can choose. So seriously, the only reason that I put her lower is because there is no urgency to get her. If you decide to get her, probably get her Shackle 0 or Shackle 1. Shackle 1 is pretty good addition to, but I would go Shackle 0 for her. Next is Shalom. Shalom is also, I'm gonna put number 3 because I feel like Shalom is interchangeable. The main reason, again, strong and versatile. Every single character in this banner is just so strong. Shalom also doesn't need any specific theme, so she can be used on anything or any content, main story, Remnant of the Dead, or even bosses. You can use her. Okay, the only downside is you probably going to rarely see her being played anymore. So if you watch content creator doing stuff, you probably not gonna see her a lot. So probably that's a little bit downside. But you have to consider that she's a limited sinner. Again, it's kind of giving you a sense of urgency to have her. You either have her, oh my god, I've been saying this so many times, you either get her now or wait for another year. That is the level of urgency of limited sinner, okay? But the most important part is, here we go, she has the best story. She has the best story. Her event until date is like one of the best event in the game, okay? And it's already permanent. If you don't know, it's let me just show you real quick. Where is it? Is it in the east side? I think it's called Flora Unfurl. There you go. This event here is one of the best event, and she's like the main character in there. Okay, and her interrogation is also chef kiss. It's a 2 hours interrogation fully voiced, and it's such a lore down. Okay, I think if you miss that part, you're probably not going to get the full story of at the very least chapter 13. Okay, so she's important because of that. So I'm going to recommend to at least pull her if you are really interested on the story. Again, because she's rarely seen anymore, and my best recommendation, why I recommend her, because like I want you to enjoy her story. So I'm just gonna recommend you to get her Shackle 0. Okay, just get her Shackle 0 and you're good to go. Okay, right. Okay, now, so should you spend all of your hypercube on this banner? Okay, and the answer is maybe not. Okay, so why you should not spend all your hypercube is because like the next banner, the future banner, is Sinner for Augustus. The next Sinner after this banner is gonna be like an Augustus support. I think the next Sinner is going to be able to deal core damage and also can buff a true damage, which is what Augustus. I think she also part of ShatteredBlade archetype. You know, if you read Augustus ability, there is a lot of word about ShatteredBlade this, ShatteredBlade that. I think it's going to be some sort of a new archetype, and the next Sinner after this, okay, I can't confirm it, but most likely after this is going to be that Sinner. Okay, so you might want to consider to have some hypercube left if you decided that you're going to make a team centered around Augustus. Okay, right. I think that's all. That is all my recommendation. Hopefully, it's going to help you to, you know, make you be to make you have decision of what the Sinner that you're going to pull. Yeah, I wish you good luck. Okay, I wish you good luck. I wish that you don't really spend a lot of all of your resources, okay, in this one, because this is gonna be like super difficult banner. I totally get it. Okay, so don't be ashamed. Yeah, and again, I hope it really helped you. All right, so that's it, the video. Please let me know in the comment section what Sinner that you are going to pull after hearing this, and I will see you on the next video. Happy anniversary, Chief. Bye bye.